will be at the exit of turn 4 after the pace car has left the track.
Welcome to Williams Grove, Fort Worth Screen Printing Dirt Street Stock Series. Getting set for our double features here. Practice is complete, and we have lined them up on the grid. Still waiting for our 10th car to join. But everybody else is out there, and there goes our 10th car. So we'll run through our starting lineup real quick as Ryan's running the wrong way. Scott Elston is your pole sitter in the 35 by random draw. Ryan File, the 81, will be second, but I think he has to go to the tail of the field. Damon Nabel starts third. Nathan Lafayette fourth. Henry Koloff in the 5th spot. Lucas Weissfoot in 6th. Blake Giglio starts 7th. Will Asherbranner in 8th. Brad Wilson 9th. And Cody Ernest in 10th. Top 3 from the last race have to go to the tail of the field. And they will work their way back through this 10-car field, 30 laps to get to the front. Result of feature 1, we will invert the field, add 10 laps, and run feature number 2. Random draw giving Elston the pole for our first feature tonight. Williams Grove, it looks rather narrow, but it actually races kind of wide. You can get a good bottom groove, you can get a good wall line, and the middle seems to be unexplored. So maybe later in the run, there'll be a little grip through the middle.
You better not get that clear.
Way to the tail. Think about a black clear already? Haven't even started the race yet. Elston and Lafayette will lead us down to the green. And there we are, underway from Williams Grove in the Fort Worth Screen Printing Dirt Street Stock Tour. Already William Asherbranner all the way up to the wall. Blake Giglio trying to run the outside here.
Yeah, I need a black there. Oh, there it is.
Elston's going to go around, and that's going to bring out the caution. I assume. Maybe not. I don't know why not, but alright. Elston was completely around backwards. That's normally what triggers the yellow, but we stayed green. Lafayette is now your leader. Henry Koloff in second. Ryan File in third. Blake Giglio fourth.
You wouldn't let me buy, so if you guys want to look at it after the race, that's fine. I didn't know I needed to. We were all getting ULs. Like I said, I'm fine with it being clear. I'm just telling you, you might want to look at that after the race, because it was telling me to pass it the whole time. I tried.
We already got some drama.
After a race and then fix it if we need to, Ryan.
Drama at the start. Lafayette still your leader. Koloff second. Ryan File. Blake Giglio is all the way up to fourth.
Then you should have let me know. I had no clue. Honestly, not really my problem.
Lucas in rare form tonight already.
I don't want to bitch about it.
Giglio pushing File up a little bit to get some extra room there on the outside of his race car. Battle for the third spot, battle for the lead going on while we're watching that. Koloff and Lafayette. Only 4 laps into the evening, and we already have quite a lot of drama going on. Giglio clears File for third. Everyone's still running down on the low line. So far the grooves have been low and lower. Starting to see a slick develop on corner entry. Lafayette up the hill a little bit. Gets up into that middle groove and actually got a really good corner exit. Top four kind of grouped together, then a bit of a gap back to Wilson. 2 seconds between File and Wilson. Working lap number 8. Here comes Giglio for second. Inside, Henry Koloff. Blake able to keep that number 16 all the way down to the inside and somehow still get good corner exit speed. Running lower than anybody we've seen. Just trying to get these passes done while the passing lanes are there. He's been all the way down clipping the grass at some points. Field is starting to catch Will Asherbrenner. I think he's trying to hit to the pit lane. And indeed, the 83 into the pits. File trying to work on Koloff for the third spot. This is really the only close action we have up at the front. Everything else is spread out pretty good. Blake going for the lead here. Gets to the inside of Lafayette down the backstretch. He's able to get that car so low. He actually clipped some of the grass there, but it finds traction, and he is putting up a fight for the lead. Lafayette leads that lap, but it may be his last one. As Giglio putting on the pressure down the inside of 1 and 2. Giglio very comfortable wrapping the bottom. And Blake completes the pass. Lafayette looked back to the inside, but didn't have the traction. Blake takes the lead. Now it's up to everyone else chasing him to try and get back around them. Ryan File trying to follow Giglio's path here. Use the inside to get by Koloff. And they make contact on the backstretch. See Lafayette struggling for grip out of the corner. That lets Blake get away. Watch this battle for third. Lafayette sends it in there. Trying to get some momentum through that middle line. Once again, contact on the backstretch between Koloff and File. I don't know if File knows about that little gate opening on the backstretch, that maybe thinks Koloff should stay a little bit wider than he is. But that gate opening will catch you and destroy your car. Koloff keeps the nose in there, keeping File from being able to rotate that car too much. You see what I'm talking about? That backstretch, it is not straight. But finally, File completes the pass, and he'll go to work on Nathan Lafayette. About halfway through feature number 1, had an early incident, spread the field out. That is Koloff way out of shape and losing the 4th spot to Wilson. Things unraveling here towards the end of this feature. So we're just about halfway. Koloff started off so well. Koloff now about to fall into the clutches of Cody Ernest. Ernest, surprising that he hasn't been more on the move this feature. Always a ton of speed in this 88 TNT racing machine. Tonight he's just been kind of out towards the back. Maybe he got caught up in that wreck a little bit more than we realized. When Elston got turned around, as Elston's right behind him. Damon Nagel 7 seconds back in 8th. Hoytsma, he's obviously got some right front damage on that 97. He'll be starting up towards the front in feature number 2. Giglio, 1.4 second lead now over Lafayette. He tries to hold off Ryan File. File in the Jeff Gordon throwback. It is throwback week in SRL. So you see the Jeff Gordon throwback. You also have Brad Wilson in the Davey Allison machine. Looks great. File trying the Blake line all over the inside line. He's going to complete the pass. Lafayette gives him a little shot coming off the corner, but does not get alongside. Now File can try to run down Giglio. 1.6 the gap. Blake just so good on corner exit. That's where he is making a killing. See, now they've moved up off the bottom, running right where that cushion is. this end of the track. Blake right back down to the bottom. And File still running up high. I think Blake wanted to try out a new line, see if he had any more speed in it, but at the moment, it looks like the inside lane is the best still. See if that changes any in feature number 2. Closest battle right now, it is this one, but it's already been decided. File's gotten around Lafayette. Lafayette hasn't closed back in. We have Call Off and Ernest. Ernest has moved up to the 5th spot, gotten around Call Off. There is Wilson. He's trying to reel in Lafayette. Get up into them podium spots with 10 laps to go. It's got about a second to make up. Scott Elston trying to close down Call Off. These two, I believe, started on the front row, or first and third. Find themselves 6th and 7th. Blake started from the tail, very last car, 10th place. Made his way all the way to the front in 20 laps. File, Lafayette, Wilson, Cody Ernest, Henry Call Off as they all slide through your frame. There's Scott Elston. We got a bit of a gap back to Damon Nagel. There's Damon. 6 seconds back from Scott, so he's closed in a little bit on his teammate, about a second and a half. There's Hoytsma. That car obviously wounded. He's trying out different lines for feature number 2 at this point. Ernest had a little bit of a mistake, allowed Call Off to close back in a bit. Ernest moving up the track trying to find some extra grip. Have a spot for Xfinity? Probably. Let me get after this race. How you doing, Mark? He's so smooth. It's impressive what Blake's able to do. It makes it boring for the race fans sometimes, but if you ever just admire what he does, it is impressive. Lafayette going to hold on for a podium spot. It's the gap back to Wilson, 1.2 seconds. Might get a Penguin interview. That'll be fun. That's to get with me after this race. We'll see what we can do.
I like boobies.
Me too, Jake. Laps winding down. 3 to go for Blake Giglio. 2-second lead over Ryan File. Lafayette third. The only battle is Call Off has actually closed back down on Cody Ernest. Maybe Williams Grove not one of Ernest's better tracks, so we've seen him time and time again be one of the quickest cars on dirt and in this series. Cody Ernest having a bit of a struggle here at Williams Grove. Brad Wilson has actually closed down that gap one. The 00 of Lafayette was over a second. I said something about him, and now it's a half second. A white flag in the air. This battle's very close. Blake Giglio on the backstretch already. We'll go back to the battles we have going on. Brad Wilson and the call-off battles are both close. And checker flag waves for Blake Giglio. Here comes a huge slider from Wilson. He makes slight contact with Lafayette. He knows he wasn't going to get that slider bait, so he kind of backed out of it. Lafayette will hang on for third. And then Ernest and Call-Off. Call-Off is ahead. Ernest gets into the back of him. And Call-Off beats him to the line. So we do have a last lap pass just for the 5th spot. And Call-Off gets around. Heck of a battle there. Top 3 to the interview room. Giglio, File, and Lafayette. Go into a 5-minute warm-up period so we can get some interviews in here. See what we have in the waiting room. We got a Lafayette and a File. Just pull them on in. Ryan, DG, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we couldn't track down that Giglio fella, but you did pretty good. You brought it home P2. How was it out there at Williams Grove, and what do you expect in Feature 2?
Definitely interesting. Kind of ran the bottom on the start, was able to get by everybody. Don't think it's gonna be the same in the second race. It's definitely gonna be a lot harder, I think, to pass. First race wasn't that bad. I was able to stay even with Giglio once I got past everybody. Gap was staying around 1.5, 2 seconds. Use that going into the second race. Try to keep it even with the people that are quick and manage the other cars better.
10-4, I appreciate you. Get on out there and see what we can't do in the second feature. See if we get 2 interviews out of you.
Thank you.
Ryan File in 81. Now we grab the 00 of Nathan Lafayette. Nathan, DG, you got a copy?
Copy.
Well, Mr. Penguin, you did pretty good there. You started up at the front, and you were able to hold on for a 3rd place. Was passing difficult, and that worked to your advantage, or you just have a lot of speed at Williams Grove?
Yeah, it's just difficult to get by. We'll see what happens in the second race. The corner entry's really starting to slick off, so there may be some chances to kind of do some slide jobs. Almost got a slide job and lost 3rd place here at the last lap, but it all worked out. But yeah, it was just tough to pass. Blake somehow found some speed way down low, but I just couldn't run down there.
Sam 4, well, looked like it was a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll be able to talk to you here again in feature number 2 at the end. Good luck. Extra 10 laps. Passing going to be at a premium, but, you never know. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll talk to you again.
Nathan Lafayette in the 00. Optimistic about feature number 2. Henry Koloff has decided to leave the track. And now Blake's going to make me go get him. Why can't you be in the waiting room?
I was looking at a couple laps of Lucas there.
Do
See if
that.
we can get him up to win the second thing right here.
Yeah, trying to teach Lucas how to get some speed and hold on while passing is really difficult.
Yeah, I think the second one's passing is gonna be a little bit easier. I think. I think you're opening up 2 lanes now. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can continue to run that bottom. That's where I think I feel most comfortable, and hopefully we can win this thing.
Well, 10-4. Definitely going to have to come from the back. You said passing's going to be easier. That's going to bode well for you, not so much everyone else. You have made it look pretty easy in that first feature.
The bottom is, if you hit the bottom right here, it's really hard, I think, to defend. So hopefully we can continue doing that, and hopefully that bottom stays in here for this next feature.
Yeah, you were running, I don't know, about a whole car, maybe even a car and a half lower than everyone else. You were all up in the grass and the mud and barely an inch off the guardrail, making it work, and you had a ton of exit speed. That's really where your bread and butter came in. You were able to get off the corner so much better than everyone else. I don't want to give away all your secrets, but is there something you could say without saying anything?
I can tell you after the second feature.
10-4.
I think there's a little trick to it right now. If I win the second feature, I'll share my trick.
10-4. If you get the double, we'll talk about how good you are.
Alrighty.
Blake Giglio winning feature number 1. Confident sounding for feature number 2. Says passing might actually be easier in this one. A lot of the drivers think opposite, so that doesn't bode well for a lot of folks. Watch this last minute of warm-up before we get into feature number 2. We'll bring in Scott just for fun. Scott, DG, you got a copy?
Sure do. How's it going?
It's going good. I heard from most drivers they think passing is going to be harder in feature 2, but Blake Giglio thinks it's going to be easier. What's your opinion?
I think it's going to be a little bit harder. It's eventually, I think I say the same thing every week. It's going to turn into a 1-lane track.
Yeah. It gives the opportunity for sliders, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of sliders.
And maybe that's what makes it easier for Giglio. I don't know.
It could be. Now that I'm actually looking at the track, it looks like there's something on the bottom there. So the beginning of the race might be 2-lane, but I think it's going to very quickly go to the bottom.
10-4. Well, good luck, sir.
Thank you. Enjoy the show.
I'll eventually get you back in your team chat, I promise. There we go. Got him back in his team chat. Clock hits zeros. We're heading to feature number 2. Fort Worth Screen Printing Dirt Street Sock Tour. there it is. Field will be reset from the last race with an invert. So Blake Giglio will start dead last. And your pole sitter would be Will Ashbrenner. We'll see if he gets out on track. Maybe not a fan of this place and deciding not to run. If that's the case, then Damon Nagel would move up to front alongside Lucas Huisma. Waiting for the field to grid up. Nice look at the 712 brakes Camaro. There's the response from the 83. Nope, don't like that. So we won't see the 83 out on track. Blake Giglio, Damon Nagel, the only two cars we're waiting on right now. Looks like they've gotten out there. And we'll run through our starting lineup while they're sitting still. Lucas Huisma will basically become your pole sitter. He'll just start on the outside. In the number 97 712 Brakes Chevrolet, Damon Nagel in the Trevor Project Chevy starts in the 3rd spot. Scott Elston, his Live RC Chevrolet, starts in the 4th spot. Cody Ernest, the TNT Racing Machine, starts in the 5th spot. Henry Koloff, the Kingsford Chevy, starts in the 6th spot. Cool throwback there. Bradley Wilson, another cool throwback. The Davey Allison Shine Machine starts in the 7th spot. Nathan Lafayette, the Penguin Travel Services car. I mean, it's technically a throwback. He's run that scheme for forever. Runs in the 8th spot. Ryan File, the Jeff Gordon Shine throwback, starts in the 9th spot. And Blake Giglio, his Camaro feature number 1 winner, will start last. So we'll see if Lucas is able to use this track position to try and get a good run in here in this feature number 2. His teammate Giglio won feature 1. Got Damon Nagel in the Trevor Project Chrome Machine down there. Always appreciate awareness, especially in the month of October. We'll have more about that, I'm sure, next week during what's going to be an impromptu awareness week. Almost all the races next week are sponsored, and most by various awarenesses. And breast cancer awareness, dysautonomia awareness. October is a busy, busy month. Never noticed that traffic light. Coming out of turn number 2. It's actually 2 of them there. The things you notice while you're waiting for the race to start. It's like Blake's going to get a running start back there. So far back off the field at the moment. Now he's closed up and in. Waiting for the green. And there it is. Lucas Huisma, Damon Nagel head off to turn number 1 at Williams Grove. Damon has the inside line. We'll see if Lucas is able to find any traction through the middle and higher lanes. Looks like Damon Nagel's going to clear to the lead. Cody Ernest trying to take advantage, jump up to second. A lot of cars plowing in that inside lane. It looked like Koloff thought he had Giglio held off, but Giglio got even lower. My goodness, Blake on a tear towards the front of the field. Has already passed 3 cars in 1 lap. Damon Nagel up the hill. That opens the door for Ernest down low. Lucas Huisma had to go even higher. Ernest takes second. And Ernest bottom feeding the way he's known to do. Giglio still somehow an extra lane lower. He's working on the 81 of File now. Blake just able to run so much lower than everyone else. And still make speed. They're 4 wide coming off turn number 2. Everyone's bouncing off one another, trying to get some positioning. Cody Ernest, meanwhile, trying to get this race lead away from Damon Nagel. Oh, Blake gets a big time out of shape wiggle there. He'll have to hold on to that 5th spot as we watch Ernest getting the position on Nagel. Nagel trying to get more momentum up on the high edge. Trying to run the cushion, but there's not a lot of cushion there at the moment. Ernest getting the nose out in front. Nagel second. Lucas Huisma third. Brad Wilson, then Blake Giglio. We have side by side for the race lead between Ernest and Nagel. 88 and 86. And you see Lucas Huisma running that high lane, holding on to third. And then the battle between, oh my gosh, it looks like Ryan File may have just got the gate on the backstretch. checked that car up quite a lot. Fortunately, it didn't cause a big wreck. Nagel starting to make that outside line actually get some momentum. We're used to seeing Ernest run down low, but Giglio's running even lower. I think Nagel may have just got the gate a little bit and got Cody Ernest out of shape on corner entry. Yeah, 5 cars battling for the lead essentially here. Oh! Lucas Hoyser gets into Nagel. Nagel gets into Ernest. They all check up. And Wilson gets into Giglio a little bit, gets that car over-rotated, gets it back under control, and somehow all 5 cars keep going in the correct direction after, I believe, Nagel hit the gate again. Down on the backstretch. Now Wilson, Giglio, and the 97 of Lucas Hoyser. Damon Nagel has dropped to 5th. As Cody Ernest is taking command of the race. He's going to try and run a little bit higher and allow Giglio to wrap the bottom. This time Blake goes to the top and follows the tire tracks of the 88. Wilson's up there as well. Blake starting to search around for more grip as he is not able to pass on that low lane. Not yet anyway. This time Ernest back up to the high side. Giglio back down to the bottom. He's trying to clear on corner exit and get ahead, but not quite able to get there. They make a little contact into turn 3. Good stuff going on between our leaders here. He's got him clear, I think. He's going to try to get up to the wall. Not quite there. Ernest able to stick the nose in there before Giglio could get to the wall. That sends Blake back down to the bottom once again, but he is working on it inch by inch, it feels like. Trying to get position on Cody Ernest. Ernest doing everything he can to full send this car and try to keep Blake from being able to clear him on exit. Blake has him here. All the way to the wall goes Giglio. Will Ernest cross to the bottom? He will not. And at the last moment, he decides to dive bottom. Blake goes middle. Brad Wilson riding in 3rd, watching this battle. He may be able to take 2nd if Cody Ernest doesn't get his momentum back. Wilson, a big send into the corner. He really sent it there into 3. And Ernest hangs on to 2nd for now. Blake back down to the bottom. Ernest happy about that. Goes right back to where he's comfortable running that higher line. Keeps a little lower than usual. Oh no. Oh no. Come back. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Seems Verizon's having some issues these days. So Blake, Ernest, Wilson. Then you have Hoytsma and Nagel, the battle for the 4th spot. They have Ryan File in tow. And this time the field's staying much better together. Only car that's really been spit out of the pack is Henry Coloff. Nagel holding off Hoytsma there off the corner. See Ryan File in the 81 trying to get in there. Battle for that spot as well in the 81 Jeff Gordon car. Top 3 still single file. Lucas catches the gate. Ryan File catches Lucas, and they're both big time out of shape. File does a great job to hold on to it. I think Lucas might be broken though. 97 car slow on the high lane. He'll stop and take a tow. So Hoytsma's car damaged by the gate on the backstretch. I think File did not give him much room. And they got together. You see that shot coming out of turn number 2. That backstretch is not straight. The guardrail sticks out. Quite dangerously, I might add. He has caught quite a few cars out tonight. And that knocks Lucas down into the 9th spot, and he'll finish at the tail again. 2 9th spots for him tonight. Top 3 have kind of spread out. There's Damon Nagel, Scott Elston, and Ryan File. Top 3 really is the closest battle we have, and it's kind of a tame one at the moment. Not quite halfway. Hoping for an excitement caution. Like the field is starting to catch the 63 of Coloff. He's got some right front damage on that Kingsford machine. Lafayette running 7th. File trying to catch Elston for 5th. Then our trio up front, Giglio, Ernest, and Wilson. I wonder if we could just jump one with Blake's car and chat with him while he's driving. It's probably not going to mess with him at all. He's got a little left front damage on that car. Not too bad though. Oh, you see Koloff's right front. No wonder he's slow. That right front is pointing a little bit to the right more than it should be. That'll make your car slow for sure. Look at that. It's not going to drive good at all. That's why he has to slow way down in the corner. Koloff goes a lap down with ease as Blake Giglio gets by. Cody Ernest hits the gate on the backstretch once again. Unforced error. He wasn't even side by side with anybody. You could probably put a camera on that gate and just catch everybody clipping it as they go down that backstretch. Try it on board with Mr. Wilson in the third spot as he tries to battle Cody Ernest. That is the back. That is the inside. I did not put these cameras in any kind of order that makes sense. See him following Cody Ernest's tire tracks there. Going through turns 1 and 2, then down the backstretch. Watch this guardrail. See how it just kind of offsets like that? It's been catching a lot of drivers out as they try to enter out by the start their turn out by the outside wall. That is a little too much outside wall there, mister. Wilson back down low. Trying to find anything he can, but Cody Ernest is going to drive it away as he comes down off the corner. Wilson going to stick to this bottom method here. You found out how far that wall sticks out in opening practice, William? I'm imagining it didn't go well. It's a very dangerous opening. Had to pull out the backup. Rip. Damon Nagel getting around the lapped car of Henry Koloff. Koloff desperately wants a yellow so he can go repair that car, but just hasn't happened for him. We missed something. Ryan File lost the whole nose off the 81. Didn't see how that happened. Probably could go back and find it for you, but he's also battling Scott Elston. I don't want to take away from that. Alright, let's try to find it. Quickly. No nose. No nose. Nose. Alright, somewhere in there. Forward we go. Quickly. Oh, there it went. That was quick. He caught the outside wall as well going down the backstretch. Oh my gosh. How many cars, unforced errors, have hit that wall? And there went the nose off the 81. Still in that battle with Scott Elson. You see the call-off machine wrapping the low lane, letting them battle up top. Right front still sticking out the wrong way on that Kingsford machine. File hit that same spot on the wall. Fortunately, didn't lose another piece of the car because the nose is already gone. Who knows what it would take next? It's about our only battle on track. Wilson's about a second off Cody Ernest, second and third, so keep an eye there as well. But nose to tail, this is all we got. Ryan File, Scott Elston, so we're going to stick here. Watch them battle as Giglio leads by over 2 seconds. File getting it down to the inside on Elston. Little contact coming off the corner, number 4. Into one he goes. He's going to try to slide it. Not quite clear. Had to jump on the brakes to let Elston not get demolished. And File will have to try again. Probably take a lap or two to close back in that close. Got my Siamese clawing the shit out of me right now. In case you were wondering. Elston way up over the cushion. I'm impressed that Koloff's been able to keep that car driving the way that right front tire's pointed. There's File all the way up against the wall. Actually gained momentum out of that. Closes up on the back of Scott Elston's GHR machine. And Scott this time really, really high. He gets all 4 tires up over the cushion. Allows File gets in. He catches the gate. Out of shape goes Elston as he catches the gate. I think that broke the 35. I think the right front is done on that car after that one. Once again, another car catching the gate on the backstretch. How many times have we seen that? Elston's car after that is toast. 9 laps to go. Cody Ernest second. Brad Wilson third. That's our closest battle. Lafayette's about to pass the cars. Oh no. I think Elston lost the whole right front and ended up bringing out the caution. I think he stops on track. See, he can't turn. Front tire's going completely opposite direction. He decides to stop and tow, but as he did that, Lafayette went by on the inside lane, and that brought out the caution. So that is why we're under yellow with 8 laps to go. Hoytsma did something similar. However, he did it when there was no cars to pass him, so no caution came out when Lucas did it. Elston, unfortunately, does bring out the caution. Koloff stuck a lap down in 7th. We got 6 cars, basically. Shootout for 8 laps. E7 when we turn them loose. Caution laps don't count. Giglio, Ernest, Brad Wilson, Damon Nagel, your top 4. Then getting a fix here is going to be Ryan File. Should be getting a fast repair. There you go. The nose goes back on. That Shenandoah Shine Jeff Gordon throwback. Lafayette going to come down and get a repair as well. Koloff, I'm sure he's excited to get that car fixed. There's a new car for the 00 and a new car for the 63. Scott Elston having to take the tow. He's going to sit there for a while. Probably end up finishing 8th tonight. Koloff, by staying in, it's going to pick up 2 spots. Gets by Hoytsma and Elston. Never know when those points are going to be valuable when you're doing a season-long points run. Wilson giving Giglio shots here. Got to get him in while he can before Giglio disappears again.
Back in time.
Heard back in time. No, Wilson pushing Giglio. Jump on the gas pedal. Battle on for second as Giglio jumps away. Can Cody Ernest send something here on Blake? Blake's going to go to the bottom. Ernest and Wilson to the middle. File down low. Damon Nagel. We're going to try to make it 3 wide for third. Wilson clears the gate this time. Wilson's all the way up by the wall. Ryan File, his teammate, digging on the inside line. Shenandoah Shine guys battle for who's going to get that last interview spot. Damon Nagel trying to crash their party in the Trevor Project car. And you have Lafayette right there. All 6 lead lap cars still well in the battle. File trying to make that inside lane work. Damon Nagel just looking for room to run. He's going to go around the outside of File. The top 2 seem pretty content. Running first and second with 2.5 laps to go. Ernest very low going into turns 3 and 4, following Giglio's line. File just not able to get that same traction the top 2 are running that low lane. Wilson full send through that middle groove. I think Damon Nagel's going to hang on to this 4 spot so he keeps it up the way it's going. Wilson's been able to get close to Ernest, but not quite able to draw alongside. He gets so much momentum out of the corners. By the time they get into the next corner, Wilson's pretty much there, but not quite able to do much more than that. David Nagel gets way up high. Ryan File sneaks to the inside. We'll watch that battle as we get back to it. But here comes Blake Giglio through turns 3 and 4. And his M9 Performance number 16 Chevrolet is going to pick up the double feature win. Cody Ernest. Oh, contact between Nagel and File. Ernest will be second. Wilson third. File fourth. And Damon Nagel fifth. Lafayette 6th. Kotloff 7th. And Scott Elston will bring it home in 8th. Blake Giglio, your race winner in both features. Let's go get a chat with our double feature winner.
Good race, Henry.
Blake DG, you got a copy?
How's it going?
It's going great for you, Mr. Double Feature winner. Looked fairly easy, to be honest with you, but how was it out there?
Yeah, it was fun. It kind of how I figured the race is gonna go. After that track slicks off, it really just goes to the bottom, and if you can hit the bottom, the best you're gonna win. So, glad I was able to do that and come away with our double feature win tonight.
Got a little damage on that left front. How'd you pick that up?
Probably just scraping one of those walls eventually. I think we slightly got it one time, so I'll take that. Only one in, what, 70 laps all total, so
Not
can't
bad.
really complain about that. One mistake, so not much
At least
we can do to get too much better.
At least you did that one and not hitting the outside wall in the backstretch like pretty much everyone else did.
Yeah, I didn't even flirt with it. I ain't getting up there.
I noticed you wouldn't even move out to the wall until you got past
I've
it.
racked too many sprint cars up there. I'm not going up there.
10-4. Well, you get the double feature wins tonight. You got the Friends Family sponsor shoutouts for us.
Yeah, obviously, shout out to you for broadcasting CC Racing, Rodriguez Sports, and 9 Performance, obviously. Everyone that showed up to help run the series tonight. Glad we were able to get the win, and hopefully we can race every week here at Williams Grove.
Wouldn't that be nice? All right, bud. Congrats
Yeah.
on the double feature win. Get on out of here and see what you can do at Darlington.
Oh, boy. All right, thanks.
Had to put that in his head. Let's go see if we got Cody waiting for us. We do. Perfect. Bring Mr. Cody down into the booth if he stops doing weird things. Cody, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. What's up?
Sup is you brought it home P2 here in the second feature. How was it out there, and what did you maybe need to get Blake there on that restart?
Nothing. There was nothing I could do. It was an absolute train race. It felt like the normal Williams Grove.
10-4. It seemed like, I don't know, the first race you struggled to make some passes, and it looked like it did a little bit better here in this second race. I don't know. Is this maybe one of your nemesis tracks? I'm used to seeing you much faster.
Yeah, I absolutely suck at Williams Grove. I can never do anything here. So, and off the start, I got in the back of Scott. I'm pretty sure that's who it was, and it just messed the whole race up from the beginning. So.
There we go. We found your kryptonite. It is Williams Grove, unfortunately, for you tonight. And, well, the good news is we won't be racing it next week.
Yeah. Thanks.
You got the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us tonight for your P2?
Yeah. I'd like to thank you guys for always doing this. Everyone over at TNT, like always, and everyone at Always Racing and Flow Vision.
All right, bud. We appreciate you coming out and hope to see you back here next week.
Hey, thanks, man.
Send Cody up to the waiting room. Bring in Mr. Third Place finisher. That's going to be the 51 Shine Machine of Brad Wilson. Brad, not to be outdone by your teammate, getting yourself an interview tonight as well, and that nice throwback for Davey Allison you had out there. How was it?
Honestly, I think that was the most boring race we had. I almost fell asleep during that 40-lap run, but I mean, one yellow, 40 laps. I think that's probably the best race so far. Kind of green flag the caution ratio, but I mean, I just wish we'd go back to sprint cars.
That's a discussion for you to have with Scott and Damon Nagel, all right?
All right, I'll bring it up again. I think
The reason-
last time they said it's not as popular.
The reason we do the Dirt Street Stock is because it's a free car, and so people are here. So maybe if you try one of the other free cars. I don't know, they got the UMPs or something, right?
Could do the dirt mini stock.
There you go, Dirt Mini Stock. That's free car. Try that out. give them a chat with that. See how it goes.
All right, I will.
All right, good luck with that. Get the Friends Family sponsor shout-outs for us for your P3.
Everyone for coming out running this, even though it was Williams Grove. At least we still got, I think it was 9 cars.
Yeah.
You for broadcasting this, putting this on. Brian for coming back out, showing up. Blake winning, he was fast as usual. Cody for running up their P2, and just everyone watching.
10-4. We appreciate you, boss. Get on out of here and see what you can do at Darlington.
All right, thank you, sir.
Brad Wilson set to run Darlington here in a little bit as we continue Throwback Week. Thanks to everyone that came out tonight. We had 10 cars get out to the track. Will Ashburner never attempted feature 2, but he was out there in feature 1. Blake Giglio, Cody Ernest, Brad Wilson getting your podiums. Ryan Fowle and Damon Nagel rounding out your top 5. Then Lafayette, Call-Off, Elson, Hoytsma, and Ashburner. It was an interesting track. That backstretch gate is just brutal as we're looking at it from the pedestrian bridge right there. That opening has caught out so many drivers, and we saw it time and time again tonight, especially in that 40 lapper. So many drivers tagging that. Thanks to all that came out. Appreciate our sponsors, Fort Worth Screen Printing, helping us put on the broadcasting, and thank each and every one of you for watching tonight. We're getting ready to close on out of here and head on over to Darlington for our Throwback Xfinity race of the week. Hopefully you'll stick around for that, and we appreciate you being here, and we'll see you very soon. Thanks so much. All right, that rounds out our YouTube. We can get the music back on, sound commands back on.